Welcome to Business Review, a daily program that delves into the latest and most significant economic stories, from stock markets to currency news. Business Review covers the most up-to-date developments in the global financial world.
Container throughput at the port of Shanghai surpassed 3.9 million 20-foot equivalent units, or TEUs, in July, hitting a record high, according to Shanghai International Port Group. The port saw its container throughput total 149,565 TEUs on July the 30th, representing a record single-day high. As China's slow economic recovery picked up in the second quarter, the country has seen growth in cargo trade. The port of Shanghai has been receiving more containers since the second quarter. The group said under scientific management and with assistance of automation technology, staff of Shanghai Port have overcome obstacles brought by the COVID-19 outbreak, the summer heat and the flood season to secure the record in container throughput. Yang Yambin, Deputy General Manager of the operation, stressed that the group had taken various new steps and measures to secure container throughput. The official noted the entire July saw 24,000 TEUs through sea rail intermodal transportation, which is an increase of 120% year-on-year. As a world-class shipping hub, Shanghai will continue to optimize its collecting and distribution systems, accelerate intelligent shipping, and improve its hardware facilities through constant innovation and cooperation with global partners. Container throughput at Shanghai Port totaled over 43.3 million TEUs last year, ranking the first worldwide for the 10th consecutive year.
2 years after part of Genoa's Morandi motorway bridge collapsed in Italy, a new structure was opened in its place on Monday. The new Genoa-San Giorgio Bridge, designed by Renzo Piano, was inaugurated in a ceremony that included a flyover and was attended by the President Sergio Mattarella and the Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte, who called the new structure the result of Italian genius. The mayor of Genoa, Marco Pucci, said the collapse of the Morandi Bridge dealt a severe economic blow to Genoa, costing the city an estimated €6 million a day in lost revenues and additional costs. The bridge crosses a densely populated area and is a key artery for much of northern Italy, including the port city of Genoa, the Ligurian coast and southern France. Italian architect Renzo Piano has designed a €202 million bridge for his hometown of Genoa, stressing in a statement that it was a great honor to design the motorway bridge. The architect has designed many significant buildings in his career, including the Centre Pompidou in Paris, the Shard in London, and the Whitney Museum in New York.
The US dollar was slightly higher against a basket of currencies on Monday after its weakest month performance in a decade in July. The dollar index, which measures the value of the dollar against a basket of leading currencies, fell 4.1% for July, the biggest monthly percentage decline since September of 2010. Most of the drop came in the last 10 days of the month as the new coronavirus cases resurged across several U.S. states and impacted the country's economic recovery. The weakness of the currency is related to market expectations for further easing of U.S. monetary policy and lack of agreement among U.S. lawmakers on further fiscal stimulus. The July the 31st to August the 5th poll of more than 60 currency strategists showed that the dollar was expected to continue to underperform against major currencies over the coming 12 months, with a good chance of what weakness extending beyond the year. The euro traded below $1.10 as recently as May, but the single currency soared around 5% in July, marking its best monthly performance in a decade, and much of those gains coming after EU leaders agreed a $750 billion euro economic recovery fund, where it will borrow jointly for the first time, a major boost to regional cooperation. In the derivatives markets, the one-year euro forward was last trading at $1.19, suggesting more upside to the currency's strength.
Commercial centres in Wuhan are resuming vitality as the COVID-19 pandemic fades in the city and consumer flow and sales volumes back to the level of a year ago. As the domestic epidemic prevention continued to improve, the resumption of work and production in all walks of life has been steadily progressing in Wuhan. Consumer demand in offline consumption such as tourism, restaurants and hotels, which was forced to be postponed during the epidemic, begins to take off. In order to stimulate consumption and promote local economic growth, various local vendors from major commercial centres, including shopping malls and entertainment centres, have distributed consumption vouchers among local residents, mainly through third-party mobile and online payment platforms such. Over the past 3 months, Wuhan issued over 500 million yuan, or about $71 million, leveraging more than 5 billion yuan offline consumption. Online consumption, which has gained prominence since the epidemic broke out, continues to play a vital role in the recovery of the economy. In the second quarter of this year, the online retail sales reached over 53.2 billion yuan, an increase of 46.6% compared with the first quarter.
Creating a dining area in a covered parking lot was never part of the plan at the upscale Glendale Galleria Mall near Los Angeles. But when the pandemic came along and with its strict county health orders for indoor dining, mall manager Steven Sayers had to adapt. With the shopping center closed to prevent the spread of COVID-19 and no way for restaurants to serve customers in the food court, the management team allowed outlets to set up ordering and pickup stations outside the mall entrance. Hamburger and hot dog chain Five Guys stationed an employee behind a plexiglass shield with signs instructing customers to wear face coverings. After collecting their packaged food order, diners can take it to tables set up in the parking lot, which is still open to vehicles, or a separate outdoor patio area to eat. Norma and Robert Talamantes were craving their favorite Middle Eastern cuisine from Masses Kabob, which only operates inside area malls and had been closed for months. After hearing about the parking lot dining area on the radio, they drove from their home in the San Fernando Valley to satisfy their appetite and support local business. Living in a place famous for its car culture and residents' heavy dependence on getting behind the wheel, the proximity of cars and trucks to their table did not bother them at all.
5,000 years of art and design history will be joined by some more modern items when London's Victoria and Albert, known as V&A Museum, reopens on August 6th with hand sanitizer dispensers and protective screens. Mask-wearing visitors will be allowed to tour exhibits onto the museum's floors, strolling through 250 years of European Renaissance art, a dazzling Middle East gallery, and 5 centuries of fashion from around the world. Tickets are free, but visitors will be allowed in on a booking-only basis after months of coronavirus-enforced closure, marking another step in Britain's tentative economic and cultural reopening. The 160-year-old museum, named after Queen Victoria and her husband Prince Albert, has been modified to meet the demands of social distancing regulations designed to prevent the spread of COVID-19 that has killed more than 46,000 people in Britain alone. Hand sanitizers dispensers have been dotted around the sprawling mosaic-floored building. The gift shop and cafe have been equipped with protective screens. Further sections of the V&A's 7 miles of galleries will reopen in phases later in the month.
This has been Business Review, your daily source for the most critical financial stories. Tune in next time for the latest financial news impacting the world economy.